sweltering heats of the Mojave Desert, to the unpredictable habitat of Tanzania's Serengeti, to the murky depths of the Mariana Trench, to the exhilarating heights of Mount Kilimanjaro, you have the pleasure of listening to From Chicago to Dummast, the Dummast Podcast.
Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Ice Cold. You have made it to episode 63 of the Dummast Podcast. Want to get on here and just talk to you guys a little bit about the show. Got a live show. Did a live show about a week and a half ago, and I'm gonna play that for you guys in its entirety. From start to finish. Pretty good show, pretty funny, had some interesting topics we dive into. We kind of go all over the place, but it's still good, good banter. Got Cap the Great on there, got my cousin Unknown on there, Mike, who showed up in a podcast, the last podcast, Mike Shannon Entertainment, Woo-Wop the Bang, Woo-Wop the Bizzle, he's up in there. So it had some people not call in, but some people hop on and get in the comments, and it was a good banter, really good. Want y'all to check that out. So that'll be coming up. But I want to talk about a few things before I even get into that. A few episodes ago, I think I named it. I'm gonna check right now. I think it was called "Father Time is Undefeated." I think that was what it was. Yeah, that was episode 60. Father Time is Undefeated. And it's remaining prevalent even in this episode. Threw my back out again. And it just seems like every time I throw my back out, it's getting less and less that I do nothing to throw it out. Like, I was literally like just reclining in the car, and I guess my back was too relaxed, and I just slid out the car and went to my, hit the ground. Like, that's the thing. Like, when I throw my back out, my legs don't work. I can't move them. Nothing I could do to move them. And I got to take really slow, small baby steps to get to where I am if nobody can help me. And it literally, from my car to get to the house, which is, 80 feet, maybe 80 feet, probably took me about 15 minutes. Something that you could walk under like 20 seconds took me about 15 minutes. That's how slow I got, because my legs just don't work. My hips, like, it feels like my hips are broken. Like, it just don't work. And it's all sciatic pain, just not allowing. It's very painful, very excruciating. But yeah, threw my back out again, just getting out of the car. So I've come to the realization my back muscles are just super weak. I need to work those out. I work out everything except for my back. But yeah, Father Time is undefeated. Only person that can beat Father Time is maybe Pharrell. Maybe Holly Berry. She still look pretty awesome at 55 or some shit. So yeah, let me backtrack. Let me backtrack a little bit. Cause I always like broke bones and shit like that when I was younger. As a youngster, you know what I'm saying? As a youngin', very thin, very skinny. But I always played hard in whatever I played in. I always played hard, whether it was baseball, football, whatever we was playing on the middle of the street. I always played as hard as I could, and I guess I played harder than what my body could actually handle. So resulted in me breaking bones all the time. I broke my wrist. I've dislocated my patella like 6 times. Broke my finger, broke my leg. I've had a lot of injuries, like a lot. My phone is going off. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me actually quiet this thing. So yeah, I mean, I got out of that breaking bones habit once I got to my 20s and started getting a little bit more solid. Y'all can see right now I'm a very solid individual. Upper body is kind of thick, kind of thick. So yeah, once I got out of my teens and started filling out, all that injury shit just went away, and I started becoming a little bit more athletic. Well, I was always not athletic, but I always played sports, and I was pretty good at whatever I played. At least I like to think so. But started getting more athletic, into running and into just trusting my body a little bit more to exert itself a little bit more or whatever. But yeah, so my what we as adults like to think is we could still do that shit. And for the most part, there's a lot of stuff that I could still do. Well, I ain't gonna say now. Maybe about 2 years ago. I'm way out of shape now. But maybe about 2 years ago, if you watch our show Sons of Dummast, you see me do some stupid shit like two-hand dunk the basketball. Two-hand dunk the basketball and hung on the rim, hurt myself. What else? Monkey flipping at Sky Zone, doing flips, doing monkey flips and flips at Sky Zone. Probably see all that, and some other stuff you probably see more so on Sons of Dummast, the show I do with my kids. Now I think those days are gone. I'm much more, let me take care of my body, and shit like that. But as time is going on, I'm just losing to father time, like left and right. Left and fucking right. It's sad because it's like, I'm not only losing, I'm losing this war, but I'm getting dominated. He is whooping my ass. So make a long story short, I started feeling better after I pulled it not too long ago. Week and a half ago, I think. 2 weeks, maybe. I'm not sure. Can't really remember what day it was. But I know it happened. Because I still feel it. And here's the thing. Like, I always will have a back pain. That's just something I'm going to have to deal with until I either fix my back or strengthen my back where those muscles don't pull. Which I'm going to try to strengthen it before I see a doctor or whatever. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to tell me I need to go on the shelf and go under the knife. I do suffer from scoliosis, so I do have a crooked spine, which, it's never really stopped me. It's probably leading to a lot of sciatic pain. I'm fairly sure it is, but I don't think there's nothing they can really do. It's not like they can go open your back up, straighten your spine, and sew you back up. I doubt if they could do some shit like that, so it's just something I'm going to have to deal with, but I'm pretty sure it's like these pinched nerves and all type of these pinched nerves and all type of what do you call that? I forget what, slip discs and stuff like that. I'm fairly sure it's something they can do. But like I said, to make a long story short, I started to feel better with the back and everything like that. So my dumb ass decided to go out there and skateboard and show my son that, when I was his age, I wasn't the best skateboarder, but I can get on there and do it. And I knew a couple tricks, actually, just a few, the pop up and the hitting. The pop up and hop on the skateboard with 2 feet or whatever, and the one where you stop by putting one side of the skateboard up. I don't know the names of these fucking things, but I was just showing them. But went out there, and I was doing it for the most part. For the most part, I was doing it. He was impressed. He was liking it, and then I fell off and hurt my wrist. Now, I got this little brace on. This is something I had for, this little brace is something I got a few years ago when I hurt my wrist before. Just doing some work around the house. Nothing major, but it's not broken. At least I don't think it is, but I just kind of want to mobilize it so the pain can go away. I shredded my elbow up pretty good. Yeah, shredded my elbow up pretty good. So they got a kick out of that, watching their father fall. I don't fault them for it. I laughed myself. Wasn't in too much pain until, like, again today when my wrist started, hurting or whatever. But yeah, again, just goes to show you, again, Father Time, undefeated, can't beat him. So I'm either gonna have to stop playing games and start working out this back, and maybe drop some pounds or whatever. It'll happen when it happen. But anyway, I want to move on to something else that's dominating the news, and it just won't go away. Like, it was cool the first maybe few days, but this submarine issue, this whole issue with the I don't know if they're calling it a submersible. I don't know if they can call it a submarine, but if you hadn't heard, and if you've been living under a rock, there is this tour, I guess this tour company that takes people to the ocean floor of different oceans in the Atlantic. Not different oceans in the Atlantic, that's dumb. Different spots in the Atlantic, right? And one of the spots they can take you to is the Titanic, so you can view the Titanic. So they created this tic-tac looking thing that you sit in. There's no chairs. It's really weird. It's no chairs. You just sit down, and they submerge under the sea so you can view the Titanic and take pictures and shit like that. This is one thing I did not know. One thing I didn't know was that the ocean can go 2 miles deep, and that's not it. It actually is. It's actually, I think, the Mariana Trench, which I briefly speak about in the opening of the show. The Mariana Trench, I think it's like 15 miles deep or some shit like that. That's crazy. I never in my mind, I never knew the ocean was that deep. I'm thinking like maybe 2 blocks deep, like whatever 2 blocks is. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever 2 blocks is, I'm thinking that's the deepest the ocean could go. That's what my mind told me. I don't know. I never in my wildest imagination could think the ocean could be 2 miles deep. The Titanic sits over 2 miles. Over 2 miles deep. The ocean floor of the Titanic, where the Titanic sits. That's crazy to me. That is crazy. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, because the Mariana Trench is, I want to say 15 miles deep. I'm not sure. I got to look it up again. I know I was looking at it the other day. I can't remember where it was at. But that's crazy, man. That is crazy. They say the vast majority of the ocean floor has not even been mapped yet. That's how like crazy that we might know more about our solar system than the ocean floor of our planet, which is just wild to me. That's wild to think about. But anyway, let me get back on track. So, like I was mentioning, they get in the tic-tac, the oversized tic-tac, and they submerge under the sea so they can view the Titanic. Now, they're paying. This is the killer part. To do this, they're paying $250,000 per person to get in this five. It can only fit 5 people, so this room for 5 people, cramped little tic tac, $250,000. That's crazy. That right there just shows that maybe we got too much money. I don't know. Like that in itself is just nuts. That somebody would pay that much money to look at a ship that sank over 100 years ago. Like, what is it so fascinating? What is so fascinating about the Titanic? Tell me. Somebody need to tell me. Somebody need to put in the comments below. What is so fascinating about this damn ship that they done made movies about it? It's tons of documentaries. What is it about this damn ship that y'all want to know about. I don't get treasure hunters been down there and shit. Well, not, you know, in their little machines and just looking for jewelry and shit like that. It's weird to me. This is weird behavior. This is weird human behavior. Like, wow, what is so fascinating about down there? It's an old, ugly, rusted, fucked up ass ship that sank to the bottom of the ocean. What more do you need to know? There's been tons of documentaries and movies on this shit. What are you looking for down there? You know what I'm saying? All these conspiracy theories that came out. They say that this whole story was fake, and people going down there looking for whatever to fit their narrative on a conspiracy theory. It's crazy, and they're still talking about it. They found out this crew. So again, the crew went down there, and they went missing. Apparently, went missing. We all know that was not true. But they were looking for them for 90 hours. 90 hours plus, looking for them, because they pretty much knew from the beginning that they lost contact with the ship as it started to descend down, which takes 2.5 hours to descend that low, 2 miles deep under the ocean, 2.5 miles deep under the ocean. So, a lot of money, a lot of manpower, a lot of resources was used to try to communicate, try to find, try to help this TIK that went under the ocean. Comes to find out, it never really even got that deep. They only got 1 hour into the journey before the TIK imploded on itself. And nobody really knows why this happened. And that's where everybody got these theories. Nobody knows why it happens. And until the investigation happens, we don't know. Water could have gotten this thing and just exploded it. It might not have been an implosion. We don't know. But what we do know is 5 lives was lost. And that should have been the end of the story, but now it's taking a life of its own with all the conspiracy theories, people wanting to know what happened, people putting their spin on it. Even James Cameron got on TV and started talking about he know what happened. He knew it exploded or imploded the day after they went missing, because he's part of that community, which he is. He even has one of these like submersible machines and shit, and he gets in there by himself, and he's viewed the Titanic and all that shit. I don't know what the fascination is. Anyway, what I want to kind of key on is the memes. So memes have come out ever since they went missing. Give it about 2 days when the news really started, factoring in on this issue. The memes started coming out. And they were brutal. But they were funny. Not even gonna front. These memes were funny. And do I feel bad for laughing at people that died? I feel a little bad. Well, I ain't gonna say I feel a little bad, but I feel indifferent. Like I don't know. I'm not a person that regrets a lot after I've already did it. So I'm not gonna say I felt bad, but like, do I feel like I shouldn't have been making fun? I don't even feel that. It's just a thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people feel the same way. So then you get people on there and say, y'all shouldn't be laughing at these people's expense, blah, 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 whatever, whop the bang, whatever. Or, memes are memes, and if they funny, they funny. If I laugh, I laugh. I'm not going to feel bad for it. But I think what people need to do is understand why we might find it funny, why memes may be created, why, I tend to think a lot of people make light of situations that they can never see themselves in. Under no circumstances can you see yourself in that situation. And I think we make light of it. And I think we make light of it because we just don't understand it, and we just know it's not possible in our everyday life. Case in point, look at the people who make light of racism online. The memes, there are memes with that. There's look at the people that, maybe on the other side of the political spectrum or the social spectrum or whatever issues you believe with, how they make light of it. And it's both sides. That's not just a right versus left. It's a left versus right as well. We tend to make light of situations that we can't connect with. Millionaire. Okay, so again, let's go back to the price tag of this. $250,000. $250,000 to go view a ship that sank over 100 years ago, well over 100 years ago. That's beyond the realm of possibility for me and for a lot of people. I can't connect with that. To me, that's not even reality. So it's easy for me to laugh at something like that, which, I don't know if I'm making sense here, but it's easy for me to laugh at something like that. Just like it's easy for someone who's going, like the plight of LGBT community. If you ain't LGBT, there's people there. I'm not saying that everyone makes light. That's not LGBT. Everybody's making light, but there are some people that they can't connect with that. It's not reality for them, so they make fun of that. I'm not saying it's right, but that's why that happens. I can't connect with some billionaire who decided to take his kid down in a fucking TikTok and get his ass killed. I can't connect with that. That is not reality to me. Look at me. Here's the thing. Me, personally, I love outer space. I love everything with outer space. I've read it. I watched tons of podcasts and just documentaries about outer space, black holes, planets, all that shit. That is my wheelhouse. I can talk about that. I can debate that. I can go back and forth. I got my own theories about a lot of stuff from outer space and how, time travel and time dilation, everything like that. If someone said, Paul, we're going to give you a free ride to outer space, I am there. I'm going. I am there. Am I going to take my son with me? No, I'm not going to take my son with me because it may be a one-way trip. But I am fascinated with that. I am fascinated with outer space. If the same person come to me and say, Paul, $250,000 for a trip, nope, I can't go. I can't do that. Even if I could afford that, I ain't doing it. If you give me the ride for free, I'll go. I'll go all day, but I ain't spending $250,000. I can't see no scenario where I'll spend $250,000 on anything. I can't see it. Even if I had the money, even if I was a billionaire, I can't see myself spending that type of money when I know it's people out there that need that money, that $250,000. It's I don't know. I can't really put it into words right now. It's just not it's not plausible for me. Which is why I can't connect to this. Which is why I can't connect to that. Does that make me laughing at it right? No. But I just want you to know where people like me are coming from when they laugh at shit like that. When they make light of shit like that. We can't connect to it. It's that money could have been put to better use than going down to look at an old ship. I'm all for people spending their money on what they want to spend their money on. That don't mean that I don't have a right to say that's dumb as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing down there. Are you going down there for scientific purposes? No, you're not, because that shit has been studied ad nauseum. It's not. You're just going down there. You just got money to spend. And this is why people say the rich don't give a fuck. This is why people say shit like that. They don't give a fuck about the everyday man. And they take advantage of the everyday man. They take advantage of their workers. They take advantage of their employees. They built their company on the back of their employees, and they just go around, wanting to climb Mount Everest and shit. I don't know. That's just me. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. Maybe I'm a dumbass. Let me know. But I'm letting you know why I thought some of the memes were funny, and I shared a shitload of them. It's not plausible for me. That shit sounds like it was on fucking. That shit sounds like I was watching an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm or some shit. It seems like a fucking sitcom, like a comedy sitcom. Anyway, I'm about to get into this live. I want y'all to check that out again. It's with Agent Cody Banks, my cousin, Unknown, myself, and Wop the Bang, Mike Shannon Entertainment. Check it out. So you don't know what happened.
Joe Biden going to sleep.
That's always.
I seen him trip too. Hey, look, I seen him trip too.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Biden, 170 years old, man. Leave him alone, bro.
Hey,
that's why you don't need to be up in there.
That dude tried to back up real smooth and went.
Yeah, he almost ended his presidency. Have you ever? Hey, we would have seen the first Achilles tear in presidential. Yeah, he would.
Hey.
My man said tonight on the news, the presidency has ended because Joe Biden broke his hip.
This motherfucker on the disabled list, man. Hey. This motherfucker on the pup list, bro. Physically unable to perform.
NBA gonna get to talking about injuries that affected the game. Joe Biden gonna be in there, all because of the Achilles tear.
Hey, what you think about that suspension with Ja, bro?
Man.
The what, 25 games?
Yeah.
Well, they gave him 25 games instead of the 80 he had before.
All I heard was
that's all they did is that's all they did.
They gave 25
games. Yeah, that man 25.
Man, that's a slap on the wrist still.
Man,
whatever, man. All the dude did was wave a gun. He didn't break the law. They
already just gave him 8.
But it's the principle, bro. Like, why you pump faking? Like, you know what I'm saying? You super hard, bro. And they already to put the man out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you in Catholic school.
Did he break the law though?
He didn't do.
He didn't break the law, but it's about that image, bro. Like, you a millionaire. Yeah. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Pump faking like, you finna go spray some lives. Like, you ain't about that life, bro. Like, sit down.
I'm just saying though, there was other people who posed with guns too. Y'all saw them pictures.
Who was that? Chris came in.
I don't know. It's a couple.
It ruined Agent Zero career. So
what? What'd you say?
I said it ruined Agent Zero career, man. So
all I'm saying is, I don't care. I really don't give a fuck. To be honest, like dude look goofy as hell anyway. He was talking about like suspending dude for the whole season. I'm like, what?
Nah, that's just not.
But doing something that ain't even illegal, you know, like why
is talking about a whole bunch of outlandish shit, like kicking him out the NBA. And I'm like, man, get out of here with all that. Now y'all being extra as hell.
For what though? Because he waved a gun.
I was just there for the memes, bro. I seen that punk. They said they gonna have him go through a metal detector at the games, bro.
I'm about to ask Unknown where he got his background from. You know what I'm saying? He got us in the cellar tonight.
Oh, you can change the background, bro. You can change the background.
I said not to his background.
Nah, man, I'm in my gym. I'm in my basement gym. Yeah, man. I got the big rack behind me.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh man, this
dude. Why you got your name is Unknown, bro? That's some like shit, like smart from Parks Unknown. You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't put my initials out there, bro. Don't put my initials out there.
D is a way of life for him. That ain't his name.
Hey, this just who I am, bro.
You got all
probably Paul be always talking about some drop your whatevers and all this shit, man.
Why you got all that headroom, bro?
Hey, look, man, I'm about to go.
I'm just messing with you, bro. I'm just messing with you.
I kept turning off the camera till I got my shit right, man. I come down in the basement and I've been training my daughter for volleyball on the system back here. I come down in the basement, everything out the way. You know how your wife be messing with stuff, man. Wires all gone and everything. Shit.
Yep.
My whole setup was broke down. So.
Oh, that was yours?
There it is.
Give me a minute.
So what y'all been up to, man? I'm just, decided to do a live show, come on here. It's been a minute since I went live. I'm gonna start doing this a little bit more.
I can dig it.
I don't too much like the I just don't like the live shows, the format of like I don't know. I kind of like it like this. You know what I'm saying? We get in, we kick it, we laugh about some shit, we get out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't like the whole. I don't know. It's just boring to me. Getting on here and I you know what it is? I don't really care for a lot of people's opinions. like I don't. And like half the time it's like, all right, I'm trying to do a show, but I really disagree with what this person is saying. But do I go back and forth with them on here or do I not? You know what I'm saying? Like
I ain't gonna lie though, Ice Cold, you ask some intriguing ass questions. Like you the young black Joe Rogan. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you Joe Rogan in this shit, bro. Like you ask the most interesting. People like, but how did that make you feel, bro?
Right.
Like, damn.
How did that make you feel? That's one of my favorite. That's actually one of my favorite questions. As a salesman, like I'm a salesman. That's what I do. And I've always been taught in sales to uncover the pain. And one of my favorite questions is to ask someone, so when that happened to you, how did that make you feel? That's one of my favorite questions, bro. And they get
that's instantly gonna get them like
they get them mad, bro.
I'm gonna say I appreciate your honesty because you don't like other people's opinions. So I'm glad you at least was able to say that. And secondly,
if you like you, you gotta pass if you like you.
Right. Yeah, you gotta pass the bar for him to like you. But the second part about it is, bro,
you know what it is. You know what
gotta
it is.
hold on. You got a lightweight job as an interrogator because you do ask you ask questions that make people talk, which a lot of people think interrogation is the whole like forceful getting stuff out of. Nah, it's just asking the question that make a motherfucker want to start spitting shit out, and just sit back and just let them do what they do and just tell you everything. But you do ask some good questions, bro.
Well, it's not you keep coming in and out. I don't know if you're doing that on purpose or what, but
yeah, I did that on purpose.
Oh, okay, no, you good. I just wanted to let you know I thought your camera was fucking up. With me, it's not so much a thing of value and opinion. Maybe I said that wrong. Maybe I don't value that person enough to really care about that opinion. That might be what it is. Like everybody on here, I can value your opinion. But like with the live show, we would have people that come in that I really don't know a lot. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know them. And then they come in and they just say something crazy and then leave. Like I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can deal without that shit,
Man, I was we was doing the sports show one night and somebody popped in, bro. I got to talking about the oddest shit about basketball. And me and my guy like, what is you talking about? Like, we're not even talking about what you. I definitely know what you're saying for real.
Now, you know what? It was this one time, and I can't remember what live show it was. And we got to talking about race relations somehow. Maybe it was Kanye or it was something.
Right.
And this dude got on here and like just start defending. I can't remember what it was. He was out of pocket when he came. He was at first he was
we was on a live and then some random white guy on YouTube started talking to us about I like how y'all can be black people and still have a civil discourse. He was real out of pocket.
Yeah.
Oh man, look,
and it was like it's my show, so I'm not gonna like match his energy like that.
Yeah,
because I try to have some level of professionalism. So I was cordial back. But in all honesty, bro, if we wasn't on this show and it was like not live, I would have let that dude have it, bro. I would have roasted that man like y'all know me. I would have roasted that man to his face, bro. I would have roasted that dude right to his fucking face. But anyway, if anybody want to hop in the live show, you can.
Right after that,
He
was scared of all the white people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nah, bro.
That's a fair warning for real.
Exactly.
Pretty good minority
it should
show.
be like that, though. It should be like that.
It's a fair
warning.
warning.
Like, listen, bro. Iron sharpens iron. You come on here, you gonna get the truth. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get the truth. And now that I threw out that disclaimer, I ain't pulling no punches. You come on here, just I ain't saying I'm gonna outright roast you, but if you give a fucked up opinion about something we talking about, be ready for it.
Just be ready for it.
Cause I ain't holding no punches, man.
It was that slip of the tongue shit, like the what was that? The white announcer for the A's.
Oh, the nigger league.
He said the nigger league.
What?
Yeah, I went to the nigger league.
What are y'all talking about? What is this?
We had a great show at the nigger league today. Like, they fly his ass
live on the air, like
live on air.
Oh yeah.
Like, we had a great day. I went to the Nigger League Museum and
I mean, it was great. Right out of. Did they kick him off the air?
Oh no, he's done. He's finito.
Yeah,
man. I remember.
Once they came back, they had somebody else sitting up there.
Hey, I was watching a game a few years
ago. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Nick. Hey, look. Nick Terry sitting with us today. Hey, look, the other guy. I don't know what happened.
I was watching, and I'm gonna try to pull it up. Because y'all know how I do during the lives. I try to pull shit up. I was watching this one game or a clip from one game. I forget how I saw it. And there was an old Cubs announcer, Tom Brenneman, right? And it was a hot mic situation where this dude was like, we're in Kansas City. He used FAG. You know what I'm saying? The capital of the world. But he didn't know he was on. He didn't know he was on.
Oh, yeah. That was last year.
No, it was a couple years ago for sure. So, like, he kept going on with the game, and it just got to a point where he was like, all right, guys, well, I want to apologize for what I said. I didn't know I was on camera. This is probably going to be my last game. They're telling me I got to go off again. I'm going to find that shit before we leave.
So-and-so is going to finish your broadcast tonight.
Right.
That's just like the nigga league dude, bro. He and during the, 7th inning stretch, well, man, I was like, I said something earlier. I wanted to apologize for. I wasn't aware that I was saying that.
Man, them cats, every once in a while, they just let their real self be out there. Exactly. And I applaud it. Let your real shit go every once in a while so we can know who to, kick the fuck
exactly
out.
What we do.
It's them 7-Eleven coffee cups they be coming up in there with, bro.
Yeah, let me know how you feel.
That's why I fuck with Trump, man. I fuck with Trump. See, look at my little African American friend. Isn't he great?
I don't fuck with Trump, bro.
Man, if we look at it though, if we look at it for real, bro, in all total honesty, Trump probably the most evenest president we done had with enough sense to make decisions, bro. Since Obama.
Reckless. Well, hold on right quick.
Even though he reckless.
Y'all talking reckless. Let me
even though he reckless.
I'm quiet.
I'm gonna let y'all talk that reckless shit.
Hey, I'm just saying.
You don't value your opinion, bro. That's all that is.
I don't value your opinion.
I'm just giving him his fair look.
He already wrote you off, fam.
Look,
I'm trying to preempt this dude. Hold on, let me see if I can
wrote you off.
Hold on. All right. See shit audio. Here you go, right here. Can y'all see it?
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
All right. Can y'all hear it?
No.
Y'all heard him? You heard him?
Nah, we can't hear him.
Y'all can't? All right, hold on. Y'all couldn't hear it?
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing.
Hold on real quick. I'm gonna try to up this sound or something.
It's cold. Like, turn me up in my headphones.
Y'all didn't hear that?
Yeah.
What he say?
Okay. Yeah.
Fred's Live, the pregame show presented by Ray St. Clair Roofing. 3-0 ball game with the Reds in front of the Royals. We go to the top half of the 5th inning. Castellanos to lead things off. Jim Day's going to be taking us the rest of the way through this game. As Holland takes over on the mound.
Wait, I think he's about to hit a home run. I think he's about to hit a home run.
Went out over the air that I am deeply ashamed of. If I have hurt anyone out there, I can't tell you how much I say from the bottom of my heart. I'm so very, very sorry.
No, you're not.
No,
I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith.
I love when they talk about their faith.
As there's a drive in deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. That'll make it a 4-0.
He gave that man no respect on that home run.
Hold on. I don't know if it's going to be for the Reds. I don't know if it's going to be for my bosses at Fox. I want to apologize for the people who signed my paycheck.
That's all
the Reds, for Fox Sports Ohio, for the people I work with, for anybody that I've offended here tonight. I can't begin to tell you how deeply sorry I am. That is not who I am, and never has been. And I'd like to think maybe I could have some people that could back that up. I am very, very sorry, and I beg for your forgiveness.
That paycheck's gonna get cut.
Jim Dale take you the rest of the way.
The man told you it's the paycheck.
Man, he said, "Man, the people that signed my paycheck." That's how you know it's not a real apology. If I offended anybody, you know what I'm saying? Anytime they say, if I offended anybody,
that's
you say that shit on a regular.
Right. You got to listen to the tone by which he said that this is regular conversation.
Exactly. The way it rolled off. It wasn't like he made a mistake or it was a word.
He didn't say somebody's a fag.
Yeah.
He didn't say somebody's a fag. He didn't say I feel faggot. He said I'm in the fag capital of the world. He meant that shit.
Exactly. He meant that. And I love when they get to talking about their faith afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I pride myself as being a man of faith. No, bro, you got caught. Bro. You got caught being regular. You got caught.
Exactly.
You got caught in your regular. You know what I'm saying?
And this man obviously has not been to the north side of Chicago.
Oh, yes, he has. He used to broadcast for the Cubs.
Oh, damn.
The same dude used to broadcast from the Cubs when I was a shorty, bro.
And the way he said he exaggerated with it, he said, I'm in the fag capital of the world.
It's like he took the census report. He knew he was right. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, how do you know, though? Like, how do you know?
Hey, my
man looked to, he was driving in, he looked to his left, he looked to his right, he like, I'm in the fag capital of the world. He came right on air and told y'all what he really felt. He felt that shit.
Listen, it was in the paper with those stats, bro. You know how they be knowing stats from like you know what I'm saying? They'll be like, yeah, this is the third home run. This is the most home runs they did since 1956. February 3rd, you know what I'm saying? It was in his papers.
It was part of his stat sheet.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't like
60 strikeouts, fag capital of the world.
You know?
He slid that in there like it was nothing.
He said it like he was nothing, right? It was nothing. And this is the problem because y'all start talking about Trump. Y'all think Trump don't use that word, bro? Y'all think y'all bro, I bet you.
This is the thing.
No. Here's the no. He don't own it because he'll never. He will never say that in public. But he say that in private. I bet you. Lindsey Graham has been all type of F words to him.
Look, I'm not saying nothing about what he think. I'm just saying, his power to make decisions. Everybody, look who we getting after Trump, bro. We getting Joe Biden, bro. He ain't man. He a real life robot. He a real life robot, bro.
Yeah, and he a closet racist.
What are you talking about, bro? Like I'm like I need to. He's a robot. Like yeah, he's an old man. He probably need a couple naps every day. You know what I'm saying?
This dude done failed more since he been in the chair.
He failed one time.
He done failed more since he done been in the chair than done failed to get people to realize that he the president of the United States, bro.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Cody. I don't understand.
All right. So I'm not. Look, once again, I told you already.
What you're saying is you voting for him, Cody?
Hell no, I don't even vote. How about that? all of y'all have a problem. Hey, look, every last president has a problem. I didn't even vote for Obama.
Was you out there celebrating though?
Hell no.
Okay,
please, bro. You was Mike. Don't even say you wasn't out there celebrating.
Bro, you
we drove around playing Yeezy. We drove around playing Young Jeezy.
Yeah. My Lambo is blue.
I was finna say that's about as close to celebrating as we got. And we played the song at a party probably at that time. Hey, we played that Jeezy song. That's about the most celebrating.
Hey, Obama won. I was like, Mike, what you doing? He was like, nothing. I was like, hey, Obama just won. Let's go outside and drive around and play Young Jeezy.
And we did that shit. Motherfuckers
we did that shit.
But
everybody was outside that night, bro. Everybody was outside that night.
Y'all drove in the circle.
City of Chicago.
Y'all drove in the circle playing that shit.
We probably went to the circle. We probably went to the circle.
Watching strippers with bullet holes. Strippers with bullet holes dance on cars.
Hey, Cody, did you see the last episode of the Dummast podcast where we talked about the circle?
That was the last live one you did, right?
No, it wasn't live. It was just a show.
No, I didn't catch that one.
You didn't catch that one? Oh, I was just seeing if you knew what the circle was.
Man, it was legendary, man.
The circle is legendary. We circle famous, though.
I had motherfuckers like, man, that was you?
Tell us about your story, Unknown. About that line you stood in, bro.
Nah, bro.
Go ahead, tell us about that line you stood in, bro.
What, you had to stand in that voting line?
No,
nah, bro.
It wasn't a vote.
They wasn't voting.
It wasn't voting.
They was dropping off ballots, but they wasn't voting.
Hey, put her up for re-election, bro. She need a second term.
Man, the circle was a piece of work, bro.
Man, the circle was So the circle don't pop off no more, man. They shut it down. What's going on, Mike?
From my understanding, it is moved to Garfield Park Conservatory, that area.
Oh wow!
Why you have to put on the voice when you say that?
I had to hit him with the Obama voice.
He's trying to tell you
that's how you got to sound when you walk in there.
He can either confirm or deny. He has no experience per se with the new location of the debauchery.
We got five people watching, so I want to explain for the people who don't know what the circle is. Mike, Alex, go ahead and tell them what the circle is.
Oh, the circle is this magical place, bro, where it all went down. Okay, it's on the west side of Chicago. It's a area, we'll say, maybe about 10 blocks either way. And it's between, we'll say, Jackson, and as far north as maybe about Washington. Those are streets on the west side of Chicago, and probably stretched as far as, we'll say, Central Park, all the way back down to maybe about Pulaski.
Bro, what are you doing?
What
are you the Chicago tour guide, man?
Yeah,
tell us what the fucking circle is. If you look over here, if you point your gaze over there,
this way.
Yeah.
My man giving us he's MapQuest.
Yeah, basically, this still exists. All right, so in this magical area that I'm stating, man, what normally would take you like 30 seconds to get from,
All right, you know what, Mike? You
light
lost
to light.
You lost this, Mike.
Hey, Cody, so the circle is this park, right? Where there are not a lot of lights, and it's this big roundabout, and there be hoes in there, bro.
So it's popping.
Thank you for elaborating on that. Thank you.
It be parties.
All you gotta do is tell me.
Bro.
If you a car guy, it's the meeting spot before y'all go for the drive. If you a motorcycle guy, it's the meeting spot before you go for a ride.
Forget cars and motorcycles if you're a thought man.
But it be
Hey,
thoughts in there, bro.
Just fall in, huh?
Every once in a while, there be a couple of gang initiations for girls, and they be doing some strange shit up in there. This is what I heard.
This is what I heard. Look at him.
Allegedly.
He misunderstood that. That wasn't gang initiation. That was gang bang.
I'm trying to be. He's on Facebook Live, my brother. Everybody knew what I was saying.
No, sorry.
So you heard of the Freaknik, right?
Yeah.
It's basically Freaknik, but our shit went on like every weekend.
It's a
So
Freaknik
spot.
block
That's
party.
the spot where it's
It's a
going
freak-
down.
It ain't like
That's-
just one weekend like it is in ATL. It was
That's the
like
best way to
every
explain
weekend.
it. It's a small Freaknik block party.
Right.
Every weekend. That's it.
Every weekend.
You call it small.
No, it wasn't
Bro,
small.
that little
small
area, it was probably
small
like 800,
compared-
900 people.
Small compared to Freaknik, yeah, it's a small Freaknik.
Nah, Freaknik was kind of. It was like the same size, bro. Freaknik wasn't all that big.
Yeah.
No, I
Freaknik
think
ain't
that
all
was
that big.
good.
I would imagine if Freaknik's bigger, it's not big about it. Bigger about that much. I mean, that's
First
a
thing you
big ass
did when you
park.
got a car. The first thing you did when you got a car is that weekend you drove your ass to Garfield.
Hit to the circle.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, you had to hit the
It's
circle.
like every weekend.
Look at Mike driving to the circle now. Look at him.
Look at him.
Yeah, I'm
Look
on
at
the way. Hey, help is on the way.
him. Where them hoes at? Where them hoes?
I got my MapQuest directions up, man.
Right.
Who trying to be blessed? I mean,
I said I only got one. I said I only got one seat.
Mike.
What's up, bro?
So Freaknik is gone. Like it ain't no more Freaknik. Ain't you say it moved to Conservatory Central Park Bridge or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, but it would just still be going down. Be going down. Same way.
You still be going out there, Mike?
No, I don't partake anymore.
You know you too old for that, right?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Mike gonna go out
no
there.
age limit on thought activities.
Mike gonna go out there and throw out a hip.
Be like Biden, bro.
Too old for what? He gonna slip like Biden.
Gotta get that footwork
He hit
together,
that
man.
stack fall, didn't he?
Yeah, like, Mike, how you sprain your ACL, man? Hey, look, see, this is what happened, right? Man, I was at the thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Out west.
Man, I tried to hit that one move.
Couldn't get them feet right. Couldn't get them feet right, man.
Yep.
Tried to hit that one
man.
move.
Hey, remember when they used to sell DVDs out on Madison, man?
Yeah, they don't do that no more.
Hell no. Who buying DVDs, bro?
Hypes.
What they gonna play it on? What they gonna play it on?
They gotta steal the VCR.
Like what do they like? If they ain't selling DVDs, what is they selling? What they selling? USBs? What
Jump
they
drives, nigga.
They selling like thumb drives, bro. Like what like? Hey,
You got
that's
them
what I want to
TVs.
ask.
If you got them TVs,
What are they
in your
selling?
whip, you might pass.
What are the hypes selling these days,
man?
See, I ain't from. I don't live in Chicago no more, so I don't know.
I got a better question.
No, just
what's
answer
the craziest thing you ever bought from a hype?
Ooh,
man.
It's a good question.
What seen a hype sell, bro? I got stories.
The craziest thing I ever bought from a hype? Ooh, I bought a gold chain from a hype. Not this one. I was like a sophomore.
A green chain from a hype,
bro. Let me tell you the story. So I'm leaving the mall, right? And me and Ty, we was on the back of the bus, and the hype was like, "Man, I just got this from the mall. Just hustled up on this one." And since we just leaving the mall, I'm like, "Oh shit, okay. How much you selling for?" Give me $60. Now it's a dope ass chain, bro. Thick ass gold, and it's Jordan with the Jordan, the Jordan logo. He doing a little dunk, right? Bought that shit, bro. 2 weeks later, that shit green as hell, bro. That's the craziest thing I've ever bought from him. It's a gold chain.
That shit was straight from Jewtown.
Man, you may say Jewtown.
Hey, look.
Now I'm asking you what's Jewtown so we can get clarification
all right,
on what
so
Jewtown.
For all the people who watching, it is not an anti-Semitic thing.
Exactly.
Jewtown is a spot in Chicago, which is it's bad if I even explain it even worse than that. It's a spot in Chicago where shops and goods are sold. So it's not a bad thing.
So
like a flea, it's like a flea market.
Yeah.
A little bit more clarification.
Actually, they have like a bazaar, and that's the funniest thing. The weirdest thing I brought, or I saw my dad brought from a hype is, my dad's job site got robbed. He was a construction worker. His job site got robbed, and he would engrave his name on all his stuff. And so his site got robbed, so he knew everything was going to be on sale in Jewtown. So Sunday morning at the bazaar, he just went through there, and every time he saw something with his initials on it, he just tapped the cop and tried to get him to get his stuff back. But yeah, he had to buy all his stuff back from the Hypes who stole his stuff from the job.
A little bit more clarification on what Jewtown is. Back in the early days, like the 50s, there was a lot of Jewish people down there selling. Now, over the years, black people start owning their own, and it became a thing where a lot of black people had shops. I actually used to work for a Jewish guy at the shoe store who owned the store down there. But that's really why it became Jewtown, and it just kept the name once black people took it.
The funny thing is, bro, I've explained to a lot of people that like Chicago actually have parts of town that are, racially divided. Like everybody know what Chinatown is. Like we even went to Chinatown in DC, but everybody don't know like there's a Boys Town and there's a Wrigleyville and there's a north side. There's a side of town where the Polish people are. There's a side of town where the Jewish people are. And everybody in Chicago usually stick to their, I wouldn't say call them like boroughs, but they'll stick to their neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So people know, like, I live in Jewtown. That's not really an insult. I just know that you're living where you are, and that part of town is predominantly Jewish. And so that's just, Chicago just built like that, man.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that Chicago is one of the most segregated cities. One of the most segregated major cities in the U.S. And it's still like that. Like,
gentlemen, we are getting off topic.
Look at this dude. Now he want to.
Niggas back to the house.
I have to touch on this. I have to touch on this. Okay? I have to tell this. I have to get this off my chest. Okay? So the craziest thing I've ever bought from a dope fiend from my height.
You bought some head, didn't you?
Oh, hell no. Just get a little bit of head.
Why a little bit? Just a little bit.
So, literally, I'm in Greektown. There go another one. I was in Greektown. Just coming from the club, kicking with the homies. Right? Dude came in there with a bicycle, bro.
Wow.
Now keep in mind, I'm an established 30-year-old man. I got a car. I don't need a bike.
So he established.
But I couldn't resist the deal. You know what I'm saying? Give me $10 for the bike. Now all I got is $5. Oh man, you're robbing me, man. How am I robbing you?
You know he stole that shit.
Yeah, right. How am I robbing you? You the thief. You know what I'm saying? So that's the funniest thing I've ever purchased. And I threw that mug in the back seat and I had me a, you know what I'm saying, a little huffy. But
it got 21 speeds, son. 20.
I need the whole 10 for this, man. I ain't gonna be able to do what I need to do, man, if I ain't got the whole 10, man.
Now, the funniest things I've ever seen was obviously
come on, Mike. Let's go. Get it out.
My fault. Obviously, from the restaurant.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen some wild stuff, bro. So the first thing was a ceiling fan.
Hey,
Who walked down a ceiling fan? Who walked down the street with a ceiling fan in their hand, bro? Trying to sell it.
How you even
I'm just you talking about your mom's restaurant?
Yeah.
Look, man, you gonna stop talking about my neighborhood like that, all right? His mom's restaurant is right around the corner from my house. So yeah, do my house. Don't talk about my house.
Man, you better get a little juju and hey, so
walking around with a ceiling fan, bro. That you treacherous.
Bro, they would sell goldfish in bags, bro. I'm gonna just keep it a buck.
Wait, what?
They would sell goldfish in bags, yo.
That's heavy.
The hypes around my house was inventive, bro. Anything they can get their hands on.
Them top notch.
Bro, you ever see the candy man? They get on the air. They be selling the little penny candy
in the little bags.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But oh shit, the butter cookie man. Y'all ever ran into the butter cookie man?
Oh, hell yeah.
The butter cookies? Shit, bro. Here's the thing. Where did he get the butter cookies from? Where the hell did he get the butter cookies from, bro?
You know, they got a store that sell all that, bro.
No, but what I'm saying, was he back there chefing up the butter cookies? You know, getting up the butter cookies, getting them ready for the day of the bride? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he in the kitchen?
I got to get this order ready for the week.
Exactly. Like, what was the butter cookie man doing?
He was stealing them from the snowball lady, man. That's all it was.
Man, bro, Hypes will be selling socks, bro, like gleaming white, bro, straight up selling socks on the train, bro. Like, okay, so my question, and we all don't want to actually no, Cody, what's the craziest thing you bought from the base head?
Bruh. Actually, it was a Notre Dame jersey. Straight up.
Who was on the back of the jersey? Like, was it a football jersey or was it?
Nah.
No, bro. Who was on
the back? It was one of them phony Meyer jerseys. Hey, look.
Rudy Rudiger. Bro, it was Rudy Rudiger on the back of your jersey, bro.
Hey, right. Hey, y'all know they be having them clothes up in Meyer and the name be misspelled.
Oh my God, bro!
Nah,
he said you bought Rudy's jersey. They say it was a knockoff too. It didn't say Rudy. It said Samwise Gamgee.
Horrible though. Look, we bought the clothes off of it, and this man tried to get over on the work.
Mm-mm.
All right, so this over on the purchase.
Hey, so this what Mike, you still in the field? You know what I'm saying? What are they still selling now? Like, what are they selling? Times have changed, bro, since I've been out there. Like, what are they on Madison selling? Go ahead.
Honestly, man, I ain't been over that so long, man.
So the recession must
like
have
they
hit
still
hard.
selling clothes, they selling knockoff stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like knockoff mics, you know what I'm saying? Knockoff belts, all that type of stuff.
Man, people out here on the West Coast, they don't need to be high to be selling anything, bro. You drive down the middle of the freeway, you see one of the amigos out there with some flowers. This is 75 miles per hour on the freeway. You catch a person out there with the flowers talking about, hey, how do you get the flowers? In the middle of the freeway, bro. I'm telling you.
Hey, so
that's another topic.
What's that?
On 290, you got 3 speeds. You got super dumb fast in the far lane.
This don't sound like a topic, bro.
Man, bro.
This don't sound like a topic, bro. I don't know where you come from with that. All right, so I got something we got to talk about, and we kind of touched on it before. We talked about Trump. We talked about Trump, and you say you don't know what's going on, Cody, right?
Yeah, as far as what's been happening before, like him running into the other issues or whatever, but I ain't heard of that.
So this man, when he was before his term was up, he gathered a bunch of documents.
Right, I know about all that.
Yeah, so that's what he getting hemmed up for now.
Right,
he
so
had
you
them
pretty
documents
much
and shouldn't have.
My fault. You pretty much talking about the stuff that they just said that came back on him, right? Because it did just come back
on him. It didn't come back on him. It's just been there, and he about to pay the well.
That's what I'm saying. Pretty much, they about to charge him with it, right?
They already charged him with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, what do y'all feel about that? Like, do y'all think it's in his right to have that shit, and he ain't even president, or what? Y'all think he should get hemmed up for it?
Man, bro, I think him having certain papers just laying around, like top secret documents and stuff that he, letting his buddies, you know what I'm saying, see, that's got to have some type of repercussion. You know what I'm saying? But
what you think about it? You about to go to sleep? Unknown, pass that. Look at him.
No, nigga, I mute my mic because I like my job. So you know I can't talk about this shit. What the fuck you want from me, man?
Hey, he over there sleeping.
I wasn't asleep. I muted my mic. This nigga know I can't. You know I can't do this shit about this shit.
This man looked like he was. This man was like. Had his mic muted and everything. I'm thinking this dude.
I thought we were gonna talk about hoes. I was here to talk about hoes.
Yeah, well, I hit him with the Dave Patel.
Oh, man, nigga, I got off work a couple hours ago. I ain't talking about that shit.
Man, I don't know. I think this might be the one that do this dude in. And when I say do this dude in, listen. I don't think it's gonna like in jail time, but I think they gonna make some type of deal with this dude. Can't run for president. He gonna have to.
We talked about this briefly in the chat, and Sean, you know, Mr. Debatable. Everything's debatable. They're not gonna put a president in jail, bro. This is not gonna happen. This nigga broke the law, but he broke the same law that Joe Biden broke. He broke the same law that Hillary broke.
Right.
I mean, let's just keep it. He broke the law, but I mean, it's such a fucking. This is the kind of law that pisses people off, because when Reality Winter or this little motherfucker who put the shit on Discord, they going to jail and they gonna do some real time. You know what I'm saying? A Navy commander just this week got sentenced to 3 years, and he was a fucking Navy commander. He got sentenced to 3 years for taking some shit home. They gonna do some real time, but you know what I'm saying? Hillary got a server. She ain't getting no time. You know what I'm saying? Biden ain't gonna get no time, and fucking Trump ain't gonna get no time. Niggas need to stop hanging their hats on this shit and just beat his ass in the polls like they supposed to. Stop looking for shit, because ain't nothing gonna happen from this, man. Mm-hmm. They can't tell you, they can't tell the jury what was on the shit that make it so important. They can't.
They've been sitting on it too long to even.
Bro, no. They
do something about it now.
Hear what I'm saying. You're on a jury, and somebody told you somebody did something wrong, but I can't tell you what they did. In Florida. Come on, man. You nigga ain't going to jail? Come on. Right. We know. Hold on. Everybody on here black, and Mike right now is super black. I can't even see this nigga. we know how this shit go. We ain't brand new to this shit. We know how this shit go. That's a billionaire. You think a billionaire going to jail? Like, cut it out, man. We letting the news rival us up when black people know how this gonna go.
That's exactly why I don't watch it.
Come on, man.
So, question: how you think his supporters are gonna react though?
They don't give a fuck.
They don't care. They don't care at all, bro. Man, bro, it's.
Bro, we was talking about the other day. The same people who was yelling "lock her up" are now yelling "it ain't the same."
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
It ain't the same. You was just saying lock her up. And I'm gonna tell you, I mean, from my line of work, we don't like none of them. We don't like when she did it. We don't like when he do it. We don't like when nobody do it, because we know if it was somebody else, your ass is going to fucking jail.
Exactly.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Your ass going to jail. And these motherfuckers, we know ain't shit gonna happen. Come on, man. They ain't already changed all the stuff. They ain't already dealt with this stuff. Everything that could be. Oh, fuck. See, that's what I should have talked about this shit. Anything that could happen has already been circumvented, so it won't happen. So it's a wash now. So it's done.
And by line of work,
shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
He worked at the same place that Tommy worked from Martin.
You ain't got no job, man.
Well, you done been to my job before. I've been in front of your job.
So, man, I don't know, man. I don't look at overall, if you look at it just for what's, for face value, I think what Biden did and what, it's kind of the same. But when you on tape telling your lawyer or telling your assistant, hide the shit from the lawyers, or What is he doing? What are you doing, bro?
He told him, he was like, you could just pluck it out. Like,
yeah, plug it out. When you get caught on audio, hey, 3 years ago I could have unclassified this. Now I can't unclassify it. You know, when you trying to hide documents, when you going back and forth saying these documents are mine and I declassified them and there's no record of you ever declassifying them.
Right.
I think it's much different than what Pence and what, you know.
I'm gonna remind you.
What Biden did. No,
I'm gonna remind you of something that when he said it, we always like, this nigga's crazy. And the more, it's kind of like, you ever seen somebody say something to you, and then every once in a while when you look at them, they shoot you that look like, I told you. This is Trump. He told us I could shoot a nigga on Fifth Avenue and my people gonna still vote for me. And everybody thought, this boy, you fucking crazy.
This dude is
nuts. And every once in a while he shoots you that look like,
he is crazy.
I told you, motherfuckers.
He done shot a couple people on Fifth Avenue, bro.
Exactly.
And got away with it.
And got away with this shit. I mean, let's run down the checklist. This dude, for whatever reason, if you want to believe the Russia thing, I don't too much know if that's true. I mean, people on this team seem kind of too dumb to even know how to do that. So I can
package that up for you real quick. The way the investigation started was wrong. But when people from Russia tried to offer his people information, they wanted to take it.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't like the whole Russia collusion was something that orchestrated prior, but when the Russia collusion or when the people started trying to leverage that information to give him information, his people was having meetings to try to get it. So you see what I'm saying? So it wasn't like any beforehand agreement, but it wasn't for lack of trying.
Okay.
So that's where you are.
Then you got the whole shit where he held up aid to Ukraine to try so they could throw an investigation on Hunter Biden, which is fucking crazy because now Ukraine is in a war and we really don't know if that played a part into, you know, maybe if they had that aid a little bit earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, would they be in the situation they
This
now?
is the craziness about Republicans and not wanting to continue the Russia aid. Had you gave them the weapons and the stuff that we were supposed to give them, the price point would have been a lot cheaper. We gave them the shit every year. We didn't give them the shit for shits and giggles. We gave them the shit because if people thought they had their allotment from us, then they wouldn't start the war, or they wouldn't press them. So he didn't give it to them. They got pressed, and now we're $1 billion in the hole trying to help them stop something that should have never started.
Exactly. Like, how do I put it? We didn't know how important. Well, nobody knew how important that aid was until they wasn't getting it. And Russia probably was like, "Wait, hold on, okay, I see that. You really needed that aid. Y'all ain't got shit over there. Y'all ain't got shit over there. Let's go."
One of the biggest misconceptions of Republicans or just generally dumb people is they don't understand. And when I say that, I mean Trump too, because this is his whole thing about America first. Is they don't realize why we give aid to other countries. We give aid to other countries so they can stay the fuck there. You see what I'm saying? If we give y'all $1 million, would you not try to rush our borders? If we give y'all a couple of tanks, would y'all keep y'all problems in check over there? It's like a lot of times, and that's just the price of being the dad of the world. A lot of times it's like we can give people a couple of dollars for them to keep their shit over there and we don't have to get involved. All this shit that's, you know, has dissolved is because we closed the purse strings on a lot of things politically for Trump, and this is the repercussion of that, because a lot of those people was dealing with shit on their own. I mean, Ukraine has been separate from Russia for fucking years, but without the aid and the munitions and the, you know, to keep their weapons up and keep their troops online and pay everybody, that became our problem. So this is what happens when we decide that we're gonna close the purse strings and let people, then now they want to come over to the United States, or now they want to rush the borders because we ain't paying for the programs. They have to keep those motherfuckers over there. And I'm one of the people where I give you $5 to get the fuck off my grass.
Hell yeah.
So I
mean, all of us didn't have this situation where like somebody bothering you for some money and you like, all right, man, just
I got a question. When a lot of the nonsense pop off like that, you know what I'm saying? And then we all of a sudden see the same side going against each other or some shit. You think they done probably paid off somebody to go attack somebody to keep them preoccupied off of what they got going on?
Hey Cody, I'm gonna mute my mic, okay?
I don't know about that, Cody, but I will say this. And this is kind of in line with what you're talking about. Right now, we are in a proxy war. Do you know what a proxy war is?
Explain it to me.
A proxy war is, you're like, okay, this is okay. Yes, it's Ukraine versus Russia.
But that been
who's back? Wait. Who's backing Ukraine? Where's Ukraine getting the majority of their money from? From China.
Right.
From China.
Right.
Where is? I'm sorry. Russia's getting the majority of their money from China. Right.
Okay.
Who is Ukraine getting the majority of their money from?
The U.S.
From the West.
Allegedly.
From the U.S. Yes, predominantly the U.S. and the West. We are right now, and a lot of people don't see it this way because they haven't thought about it and they haven't thought it through long enough. But this is the war between U.S. and China. We just got two
different people almost.
Exactly.
They got another body just like China got another body to put on their war.
Exactly.
Okay.
But Mr. Unknown,
I get that.
Mr. Unknown, unmute your mic because I got a really interesting question.
Go for it.
These same countries that we gave aid to, we'll say India and obviously China. China we've given 1 billion jobs to. Russia obviously. And it's a couple other countries that have formed an allegiance against us. Don't you think that hampers us at a point where they look at it like, okay, we're back on our feet. Oh, you should have gave us more. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you should have did this. Oh, you should have did that. So at a point, I feel like
ungrateful ass out of here.
So let me clarify some things. We haven't given aid to the countries that you mentioned. We've given them opportunities through jobs and through the global economy, but we haven't given those countries aid.
So we haven't given India aid?
India.
Yeah, we've given aid.
Yeah, I'm talking about. I'm sorry, you said China and Russia too.
Yeah, we don't give them aid.
We impose sanctions on them to kind of get them to act right, but there's no doubt about it. There are the biggest thing that we are missing, in my opinion. There's two things, in my opinion. The two major issues that we're missing right now, because we started our election season and our politicians are keeping us blind to it. Excuse me. Is AI. We're missing out on regulating AI and how other countries are using it, and we're missing out on how China is attacking the dollar. So these countries don't have any alliance to us, and they don't look at it like if you had to give us more of anything, we would be better neighbors or whatever. They're trying to knock us off the podium. So the biggest way to knock us off the podium is to attack the dollar. Oil has to be purchased in dollars. So that means every country has to maintain a large amount of U.S. currency, because oil can only be purchased in dollars. And so, Africa, China is getting with Russia and a lot of African countries who are mad and rightfully so, because they're impoverished and most countries are taking all their natural resources. They're striking against the dollar to make another global monetary system, and that will bankrupt us initially.
I was just reading.
These are the things that our politicians should be dealing with. but they're so interested in everything else. I mean, if they get with Saudi Arabia and OPEC and some of these other organizations, and they begin to accept payment for oil in any currency other than the US dollar, we're fucked.
Yeah, it's over with.
We're fucked. I mean I'm gonna switch topics just a little bit, but I was sitting there listening to this guy, and it kind of dawned on me. The only thing that makes us different from everybody else, I'll ask you, what do y'all think make us the American male, especially American females? What do you think make us different from any other country?
We buy.
Nope.
We're dumb.
We're dumb.
Nope.
Man, I think we got more resources than anybody.
We have less.
Really?
I disagree. I was gonna say I think we have way less. China right now.
The only thing that makes us different from any other country is in America we have credit. If we didn't have credit, if we didn't have a credit score, we didn't establish debt, because that's all we sell is debt. If we didn't establish debt, it'd be a lot more poor motherfuckers. It'd be a lot less hot girl summers. It'd be a lot less. Nigga, you couldn't have a house right now if you wasn't able to have credit.
Damn.
Think about the house you could buy off of your income if you didn't have credit. That's the only thing we have right now. That's the only thing that sets us apart from third world countries or other situations, is that we are allowed to borrow and have credit.
This is true. You can't go a lot of other countries, and I can't think of any. They don't have mortgages, bro. Ain't no mortgage.
You buy the land, you own the land. That's it.
You own the land, yeah.
Outright.
Ain't no mortgage. You got to buy that. You got to buy that land.
So how much ever they charge you for it is just a one-time payment.
You might be able to make a private deal.
You can make There's no like in this country.
Credit.
Exactly. In this country, we have like our credit is, our mortgages are regulated by the government. Like the government kind of still oversee that shit. You got to have license and shit like that. You can go to the bank in another country and set up a loan, yes, but here it's kind of different. It's kind of different.
You have a credit score. You are allowed to borrow against future earnings. People buy. I mean, the funny thing is, I watch these people that buy like stock market and do all the stuff. But the rich people, they buy credit. They buy debt, because as long as you're going to pay it, as long as it's going to get secured by the government, I can buy debt, and I can get money every month when you pay your bills.
So it's where the write-off tool come in America.
Yeah, like it's credit.
Writing something off, and then it automatically clone itself. Pretty much.
People would be a lot more. Our country would be a lot better as far as relationships go, as far as people go, if we didn't buy so much or have extended so much credit. But that's the only thing that sets us apart from these other countries, and we're happy in our naivete of, hey, we have all these things and so we're good. But in other countries, it's not like that, and they bank on the fact that we're consumers and we're distracted. So, but no, the other countries are they're actively attacking the dollar, and that's to me is one of the most scariest things that's going on right now, is how countries are getting together to wage an economic war on the United States by attacking the US dollar.
Yeah, because I just seen the piggyback off what you just said, bro. I was just listening to this dude the other day, and he was talking about how they trying to put, it's almost like a tracking system on the dollar for America. Like if we all got an account, they'll be able to see where we spend the money at, how we spending the money, who we spending the money with, so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when he say attacking the dollar, I hear what he's saying, because they already trying to do it now. They really already trying to implement it now.
But think about that. Like, how do we back up the dollar? What is the dollar based upon? Versus
really nothing.
Exactly. It's based off of debt. So if you look at what they're trying to do, like
I like to say when you get a what's the things you get at work when you working a job, a payday loan. You know what I'm saying?
That's all that is. And what is China doing, right? They're investing in Africa because they know Africa has a bunch of natural resources. So that's what they're backing their system on. They're backing it off of natural resources. So that was the smartest thing they could have possibly did. Now, the Chinese don't give two shits about Africa or black people. They're one of the most racist countries in existence. Mm-hmm. But the thing that they have is the intelligence to know that's where the money is. That's where the resources are.
So the largest owner of U.S. debt is China. So they're buying our debt,
right?
But the difference is, and I hate to admit this, is the Chinese government have a 100-year plan. So they strategize in 100-year cycles, and the United States have like a 50, 25-year plan, but our plans never sustain long term because we have a 4-year presidential cycle. Mm-hmm. So you're fighting people, or not fighting, but you're going against countries that their whole attitude is different than ours. So
right, like when we going through a crisis over here, 9 times out of 10 nobody else is.
Well, I can't say that because everybody
they have way worse crises over there.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, I'm just saying
they just call it something different, bro.
They just don't give a shit about the people.
Right.
It ain't the top tier people, so we don't give a fuck.
This whole recession, this whole trying to fight the recession, that is going on. That's going on in almost every country, bro. They just call it something different. Like in Europe, they call it the cost of living crisis.
Right.
Like you got to understand, if America's struggling, everybody else going to be struggling.
Everybody else is.
And I said this earlier because you asked us what sets us different versus every other country, and I said we're buyers. And that right there is true.
I would say consumers.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
We buy shit. That's what we buy shit with credit, like you mentioned. We buy shit. This is another reason why you would never really see China in an open war with us because they want their money back. like what? You get rid of us, then what you got? Or exactly. Who's gonna buy your shit? You know what I'm saying? So,
we don't buy their shit anyway. What are you talking about?
Hey, we buy to a certain extent, yeah, bro. We buying their shit.
I mean, I feel like them still doing business.
Who else is buying their shit?
Them still allowing us to even have a piece of them after what we didn't have with them is.
Not only that, you already mentioned that they bought our debt.
Yeah, and not only that, they manufacture most of our shit. So that's why
I wouldn't say that they manufacture most of our shit. I wouldn't say
the majority of it. Yeah,
I would.
Nah,
look at where most of the components are made from. Look
Taiwan.
what most.
Yeah, this should be from Taiwan, bro. That's why they want to get over there. That's why they want Taiwan.
I mean,
China was able to get rid of all them sweatshops and stuff like that. That doesn't exist in China anymore. They have an ugly middle class.
What?
Bullshit.
No, bro. Them sweatshops still over there, bro. Them motherfuckers over there, bro.
See, that's the problem. See, that's the problem with our
labor like a motherfucker.
That's the problem with our country is we outsource all our labor, and so that's why you can't have a blue collar job no more because all the blue collar jobs are overseas and they ain't getting us back in fields picking cotton. Or picking anything for that fucking matter. So companies, especially companies that's driven by profits, they'll send, like Nike, they'll send their product to be made overseas because the cost, the manufacturing cost is cheaper. I don't have to pay union wages. I don't have to pay, time and a half. I don't have to pay insurance. So again, we've outsourced all our jobs, and our company is. Our country has become a country of consumers. We just buy shit.
Hey, Ice Cold, I gotta hop off of here, man. Pleasure talking to y'all, gentlemen, man. We gotta do this again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He about to go. Never mind. Go and do what you got.
He about to go to the
I
circle.
was gonna say I'm going to the circle, man. I catch y'all.
I was gonna say it, but then I stopped myself.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Don't stand in line too long, bro.
All right.
If the line too long, she ain't worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Sad, man. We in a sad state, man. I'm gonna tell you, I'm getting closer to feeling like Cody, man. I was sitting thinking, like, I don't think I'm gonna vote this year. I don't think it's. I think neither party is now attracting me anymore.
Right.
I think I'm becoming turned off by the whole process.
You know what, man? This is it's such a messed up situation because, like, I do want to see Trump get kicked out of this whole, because I just think he's disqualified himself for running for president. I truly do. But at the same time, I honestly believe DeSantis would be worse for this country than any fucking body running.
I had a good time listening to Chris Christie the other day.
Yeah, definitely.
That's one thing I do need to do. I need to look and see who's running right now.
The dollars will be put into a people, though. Who said that?
I have no idea, but that was in a private chat. Who put that in there?
I know I didn't.
Oh, it was Princeton. He trying to get in here, but he having technical difficulties. Princeton, you gotta connect your microphone and camera, or your microphone. You don't really so much need the camera. I'm doing a live show. I don't give a fuck. But you got to connect your microphone. That's why you can't get on. Yeah, you got to somehow connect your microphone. What were we talking about? I totally forgot.
Now somebody.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Chris Christie town hall. He went off, man. He went off. But yeah, DeSantis is scary. DeSantis is, yeah.
The thing is, you can't vote for Trump light. I mean, Christie said some things that I particularly liked when it comes to how he looked at Trump. It's like, you got to go straight at him for one. You can't be a Trump light. You got to understand that if this motherfucker wins, he going to spend the whole 4 years on himself, airing his grievances and going after his enemies. He's not going to do a goddamn thing for us. And then you got to look at how crowded everybody else is who don't have no fucking chance of hell, but they muddy in the waters for him. You got to look at Joe Biden's age. I'm sorry. I'm tired of old people like Joe Biden and that old bitch. That old bitch, man, she got on my, I'm calling her bitch. That old lady.
Pelosi?
No, Feinstein, man. She got
on my
I told you what she did, right?
She
got into an argument. Bro. She got into an argument with a reporter about being there the whole time.
Oh my, what,
bro? So she gets
That's
back.
Old.
She's been gone since February, right? She comes back, and the reporter was like, how did you feel while you were away? And she's like, away where? She's like, I've been here the whole time. He's like, no, you was at home in California. She's like, no, I've been here at work the whole time. And everybody's looking around like, what the fuck? Like, and then she said, well, if you don't know, you don't know. It's like, bitch, what? It's like, she just mic dropped on us. You know what I'm saying? She tried to mic drop, and then what, you gonna roll away in your wheelchair? Like, her age shouldn't even let her get in that conversation.
I've said this on this show plenty of times, man. Like, they got to get some new blood, bro.
That generation has to let go and let a younger generation do what they can to fix the problems, because they're so old, they're so mad, they're so pissed off,
and they're so out of touch, bro. Like,
there is no working together. There is no they all got bad blood against each other, so nothing gets done.
And then they all
majority, nothing gets done.
They all picking sides to go to just so they can try to get at one another. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what they are? They have us distracted, and that's there's an analogy that I have when I'm dealing with my wife, and I call it a yo-yo. You like to try to cast a motherfucker out, then yank a motherfucker out, and that's how the politicians got us. They got us on a yo-yo where they cast us up and bring us back, and cast us out and bring us back, and we're so fucking fighting each other that we don't realize that they ain't doing shit.
They ain't doing
a motherfucking thing.
They just in there.
Man, it's somebody else making them call.
But here's the thing.
They want to be famous. They want to be famous.
The thing with the whole thing with the debt ceiling. The whole thing with the debt ceiling. Why did we wait? Why do we wait to do this? Why do we have to wait till the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left on the clock. You couldn't handle this last year, Joe Biden.
Bro,
you had last year. You could. Nobody was talking about the debt ceiling. You could have did that shit last year.
We ain't had a balanced. We ain't had a balanced budget in this country since Clinton. And Clinton had a surplus.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I mean, everything is a debate. Everything, and I'm gonna tell you, man, it hurts. It hurts when money starts getting missing. When they have to tell people, hey, we might have to lay some people off, or y'all might have to go home, or if the government shut down. You know what I'm saying? And these motherfuckers sitting around bullshitting and belly aching. I'm tired of Republicans just wanting to win, and I'm tired of Democrats just wanting to fearmonger. You know what I'm saying? The Democrats don't want to do shit, so they can say, if you vote for the Republicans, they gonna, give all your money away. And then the Republicans like, fuck the Democrats. You vote for us, you gonna win. I was having this debate with somebody the other day. They was talking about why all these middle class black men went for Trump or went for Republican, and I'm like, because if you're a middle class black man and you're getting nothing on one side and you're getting shit on the other side, some people would rather have shit than nothing.
Man,
that's just what it is. Some people would rather have a little bit of something, saying, "Hey, I'm a black man." Or I'm a white man, or I'm a single guy, and I finally made it to the middle class. I would rather get something. I'm not gonna get what the 1% get, but I'd rather get something from over here than the fear mongering from over there. So it's like, man, like I was talking to my old man. It's like, a lot of people vote because that's how they was raised. They vote Democratic or they vote Republican because that's how they was raised. I'm not middle class. I mean, lower class, but I vote what benefits the majority of the people that I know.
Exactly.
But it don't do shit for me. And so it's like, I'm looking at the thing like, one side gonna fuck you and one side gonna fuck you without the lube. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't want to play. I don't want to play no more. I just stay home.
I try to live a life where the president's immediate decisions can't really affect what I do in my house, but I do vote in the way where, most of my family are lower middle class, so or lower upper class. So that's who I vote for. Like like you said, the majority of people, I don't know, man. Like it's tough, man. It's tough this day and age because you really don't know who has the best interest, who has your best interest. Because from my not experience, but from the way I see it, from growing up, from my point of view, Democrats will say whatever they want to get in the office. They will sell you a dream.
They've been that way.
That's how they have always been. And Republicans, they just lie. They don't give a fuck. They will lie, and they do sell you a dream. They will sell you a dream on what they think you want America to be. And they know that's not true anymore. They know that shit's not true anymore. That this whole make America great again,
For who?
Exactly.
What is that?
And tell me how long ago was America great? Like
that is the biggest
compared to what?
That is the biggest. I'm mad a Democrat didn't come up with that statement, because that is the biggest mindfuck statement of all time. Man. Because it is a global statement that is interpreted on a personal level. It's interpreted on a personal level. So when you say "Make America Great Again," some people might think, "Hey, it was great 3 years ago," and some people might think, "Hey, it was great 50 years ago," and some people would think, "Hey, send them niggas back to where they came from." You know what I'm saying? So it spans the gamut, and so it's the biggest dog whistle statement ever.
It is literally selling someone a dream, because it's gonna fit whatever it's gonna fit the puzzle or whatever ideology you hold on to. If you hold on to
personal statement,
exactly. When you say "Make America Great Again," that's like that right there it warms their heart, because like it's something that this is my vision for. He shares my vision for America. No, he don't share you. He just says some dumb shit.
And it ain't dumb. It ain't dumb at all. It's genius. and I don't know if it's just genius from a dummy because I don't know who came up with it. If he came up with it, but it gives you all the promise. It gives you all the promise and hope that you can put into that cup without giving him any of the fucking responsibility for what you do. So I said, "Make America Great Again." I meant this. Why did you go shoot that motherfucker? You see what I'm saying? It's like it gives you the ability to play into it whatever you want, and it gives me the ability to deny all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because
when he said that, I was like, "What are we making great? What has been great?"
It's not for you though. That's the thing. I don't think you realize
even before all of
it's not for you. That whole making that
I know it's not.
That statement ain't for you. That statement is for somebody who feel disenfranchised by other races.
Look, when he said it, bro, I automatically took myself out of it because I knew
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like I knew that, but it's
but that's the thing. It calls to the disenfranchised. But I said this on Twitter a couple of days ago and pissed a lot of people off. I've never seen an era of so many white males that feel disenfranchised. It's like, when did y'all not stop? Because like Chris Rock said, y'all wouldn't trade places with me and I'm rich. Like, when did y'all stop? When did y'all start being so butthurt with how things are going on in this country? Like, y'all not still on the fucking top of the fucking totem pole. Like, what the fuck? Why y'all like Jews would not replace us? Who was trying to replace you? Like,
what are y'all so mad about, man?
They've been trying to reverse the psychology on us about us not being
when did it become
the super masculine man of the male existence, right? And they try to make it seem like they the top dominant, and we are here just looking soft as hell, and we take, you know what I'm saying? Like they've been trying to take a lot of stuff from us for a long time, bro.
This is Make America Great Again. You've automatically become so disenfranchised, and you see all the stuff going. And he got a girlfriend, and I don't have a girlfriend, and he got a car, and everything's so woe is you, and it just it falls the fuck apart.
It's a statement that's, like I said, it sells you a dream, and
it's the greatest sales statement ever.
Exactly, and it makes someone look at themselves and say, why I don't have this, why I don't have that. Like, what, you know, it's I don't know, man. It's
they even got MAGA, bro. They even got MAGA rap. You hear me? They even got dude making MAGA music. I'm not playing, bro. I swear you can. The greatest revelation
right now, bro. If you had to write what it means to you, if you had to make people write what it meant to them, it would change. Like you would see the prejudice and racism in this country.
Princeton said, "That's why I don't believe in sides."
I feel you. Yeah. To the 10th power. I feel you.
Princeton been trying to get on the show, but he can't get on. He having some issues.
I haven't voted
to get on here.
Probably since I was in what's them trips you used to take in middle school where they used to just the whole class go down to the ballots. Bro, I used to take. They used to take trips like we used to have to go downtown back in Indiana.
They used to take y'all voting. They used to take y'all voting.
Right, when they felt like it was an important time, damn near like some rock the vote type shit, but it was just like some schools' field trips was to the ballots. You know what I'm saying? Because they used to bring all the ballots used to come into the schools. We all used to have to fill them out. Like even if you knew what the presidency was back then, we weren't able to look at it and understand it as shorties like we is now as adults. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I just seen it as a way to get out of school and we ain't got to do no work. So when they like, shit, we about to go down, I'm like, bet I'm about to go with y'all. You know, I'm just down there. I'm in the ballot scribbling, whatever. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, cause it's like I never really picked up no interest for you know what I mean, presidents. Like, and then every time I read about a president, they was doing some whack shit. Like they always had a crazy storyline behind them doing some fuck shit to the whole country. You know what I'm saying? All the Bushes. Come on, man. Every Bush that we done had in office done did some fuck shit. Every last one of them.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I was do y'all I don't see it. Are y'all on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all know how they had those?
I just watch the Twitter porn though.
Look, you one of them, though.
Hey, first off,
All
I don't mean to
right.
cut you off. I don't mean to cut you off, but Twitter
Get down with your best.
Twitter, besides Reddit, Twitter gotta have the best porn out there, bro. Twitter
I ain't know
porn
that
is
Reddit
like
had it going on.
A1,
like that. You
bro.
put me on. Hey, look, you put me on.
A1 Twitter porn, bro.
But like,
anyway,
is it like small
me,
clips or something like that? Like what you talking
some
about?
some of them are small clips, some of them are longer. You know,
I mean,
like Twitter be having
that's a hot 30 seconds right there, boy.
That's all you need.
Man,
that's all you need.
Twitter
in most
give
cases.
about a good minute. Yeah, about a minute 30.
That's all you need in most cases, bro.
That jump start.
I don't know what it's called, but they had those little things now at the top of your screen.
Me too.
Where they had like little Twitter conversations. Have y'all seen that yet?
Yeah, that's that new.
I've
seen
seen
that guy. Yeah,
man, go up in there one day and say some stuff up in there. You see how polarized and racist and prejudiced this country is. Because man, I was in there, and the guy was moderating, and this dude said he was asking how can we, as Black folks, change the way we get stuff out of politicians and things like that. And I said, you know what, we should vote as a caucus. And man, I'm just gonna say it, the white vitriol that hit me, bro, they went crazy.
Man, how dare you how dare you Negroes try to unionize?
How dare
I said if we voted as a united Black caucus and we got our shit first, like Iowa. You know why they go to Iowa first? Because Iowa votes as a caucus. Yes. But the thing is, they know they have to give Iowas they shit up front.
Facts.
You can't come to Iowa with no promises. You got to come to Iowa with some results, because you basically, and that's how it kicks off the election, because they vote as a block. So all of us, whether we all get what we want or not, whoever get the majority, that's what we're gonna put all out. And I'm like, if we started voting, because they love to call us the 13%. It's only 13% of Black. It's more like 17. But no Democratic anything will win without the Black vote. If we start voting as a caucus and get our shit up front, we could put anybody who the fuck we want to in office.
Bro, you want to know? Bro, you want to know what you did?
I was all kind of jigaboos and niggas and toms. Fuck you all the time.
Bro, you want to know what you did? You want to know what you did talking about Black people unionizing and voting as a caucus? You scared the shit out of them. And here's the thing, you scared the shit out.
The moderator put me out because he just didn't like the tone of the conversation. It wasn't nothing that I said. It was how they was coming.
No, it was all of what you said. They not gonna say
it was because it was a Black dude who was doing it, but it went from a civil conversation to you nigga real quick.
Bro, you scared the shit out of them.
Let me tell you something.
It went to you nigga real quick.
Bro,
that ain't gonna work, nigga.
Bro, anytime where like, and you can look at almost any point in history where Black folks got their shit together and we moving as one.
Yeah,
they get scared of that shit real quick.
The most insulting thing to tell a black people is to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That is the biggest fucking insult.
I hate that shit.
And you hear all the time these people like, well, why can't Black people do this, or why can't Black people do this? Nigga, we're scared to build, because every time we built, every Black city post slavery that we built, they've burned. Now imagine how, and this is why the reparations conversation is so dangerous. Imagine how.
Princeton.
What is it? Imagine how fucked up it is if you talk about reparations when you talk about banks who that are still existing now that was part of the slave trade and made their money off the slave trade. But think about like Tulsa. Everybody talk about Tulsa, right? Or, they burnt down Tulsa. You had all these Black businesses, all these Black, people who decided to put a town together, and they were professional, and they had their shops and their this and their that, and they pulled themselves up by their bootstrap. And you have all these farmers and these people around whom that just got jealous. Burnt their town to the ground. Where was their money at?
None.
No. Where was their money? Where was those Black people's money at? Think about it. It's in the bank.
They already had it.
Their money was in the bank.
They already had it.
So why couldn't those survivors just say, hey, I'm going to the bank to get my money. Well, because they burned down their houses and all their bank books and all their whatever was in the bank.
Bogus.
So when they burnt down their houses, when they burnt up their land, when they took everything from them, and these people could have said, hey, I could just go to the bank and get my money, and the bank denied them, then yeah, y'all owe us something. Because now you're basically keeping this black person's money because they can't prove that, and you know them. They've been at this bank forever.
Is that a bear?
No, that's my dog.
He said, "Was that a bear, bro?"
He gets scared.
Oh, like, I hear you. You better not, the dog, like, you better not be on that damn podcast.
Ice cold, goddammit. But no, I mean, it's stealing all the way around, man. It's stealing all the way around. So to tell somebody, tell black people, like, there is enough middle class black men. Kevin Samuel used to love to throw this stat about 50% of black men are single and in the middle class. They can start their own town. They can start their own movement. They can start their own whatever. But they know. I mean, you know what's gonna happen when you do. We put a black caucus together. They're gonna be some people coming for our heads,
bro. You mentioned it. I think was it the last podcast? You mentioned it. Even like us getting together and going to get licensed with the NRA, bro. It again. Anytime we move as a unit, they get scared. And they start trying to put rules ahead, and or
the only time they change the Second Amendment is when the Panthers in California start policing their own stuff.
And it's like right now out here, like me being out here right now on the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? And how they doing the reparation thing, right? Like they trying to already implement qualifications.
Yes, Princeton, yes.
They already trying to implement the qualifications in order to receive the reparations. And they was like, well, you gotta do this, and you gotta be like 6 years without something. I'm like, every time something, like you just said, bro, both of y'all, every time we come together and we become stronger as one, and we finally get to discovering shit, and then we actually see that we own a piece of that. You know what I'm saying? They got to come with some kind of regiment to put in there, so we got to be qualified to even get the shit that's owed to us. You know what I'm saying? They not just gonna give it to us right out the bat and make it easy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna ask this question, then we gonna call it one.
Okay.
Do y'all believe we should get reparations? And I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes, because everybody else got their reparations. Why we the last person fighting for our reparations?
When we helped y'all, if not built everything,
No, we built all this shit, bro.
Like, bro,
you think
we helped them get to where they at right now?
You think white people was up on the White House putting that shit together? No, man, them brown skinned people, bro.
Hell no, that's the Aztecs.
I'm saying yes, bro. I'm
conflicted, bro.
Nah, man, give me my money. Man.
I mean,
give me my money, man.
Usually we all know what money is good for. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm with like, give me my reparations. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just
whoever don't want their reparations, they can send that shit to me. Hey, who was that? Hey, who was that in our chat that was like,
you know who that fucking dumbass was?
That was
that
was AJ. AJ said he didn't want the reparations. I was like, hey, bro, run that shit, bro. Give me my shit.
I want my
shit. Reparations will ruin. I'm off of what's fair. Reparations is fair. Yeah, but reparations will totally change the landscape of this country.
Swear that's the only thing I think about. Because
in the negative,
about it like this too. Just as small as we see in the NBA, or not even the NBA, my fault. As we seen them get them kids the option to have money, and we see how quick things change for some of these kids' lives. Period. Drastically, tragically, anything. You know what I'm saying? Gracefully, however we look at it, like it changed the whole dynamic of the game. Now we can't even look at college basketball the same because they got NIL deals. You know what I'm saying? Even though we know they deserved it then, like that's how it is with the reparation. You know what I'm saying? We all deserve it, but how it's gonna look?
If you get reparations, how much? Put a dollar amount on it.
Man, they was saying like, man, I'm gonna put, man, give me at least 200,000.
I think that might be too much. I think that might be.
I don't think that's too much.
I think that might be lofty. I don't
think it's too much.
No. Honestly, I think you're right on the head with it. But I'm saying they won't do that.
They not gonna give it to us, right? They not gonna
not 200,000. I'm
gonna say they gonna cut it in the fours damn near and give everybody 50s. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking like if they was to do reparations, they probably gonna do like 50.
Man, like 50.
But I mean, to be honest, it's 50, a slap.
50,000.
Right.
It's a slap in the face, bro.
All right, so you said it's 50,000. We're gonna do the math real quick. There's 41.6 million black people in the United States.
I'm gonna do that math too. Just
be on point.
So you're talking.
What's the numbers?
41.6 million.
So 41.6.
No, 41.6 million. You're gonna give everybody 50,000 each.
What we multiplying that by?
That's 2 billion, right? 2 billion. Yeah, that's 2.1, almost 2.1 billion.
That's 2 trillion, bro.
That's Jesus.
Woo.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if we.
They don't want to. They don't want to cut into that.
We're gonna cause a recession. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
but no, actually, we won't, bro. We'll stimulate the economy with that shit.
No, we won't. Not with $50,000.
We gonna stimulate the economy with that shit, bro.
How did you say that? They probably gonna give us like 10.
Now, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have a fucking whole bunch of people saying why they getting our money. And I hate the argument because once you pay your taxes, it's not your money anymore.
Right.
It's the government's money. But you're gonna have a whole bunch of people butthurt because you got our money. Second thing, 50,000 is not enough.
No.
But 2 trillion to the debt is too much.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then when Jewish people got their reparations, when the Japanese Americans got their reparations, the reason how they got to where they are is because they pulled their money together. Families lived in houses together. We didn't put our kids out at 18. They stayed around. You got your money. I got my money. We bought a building. We all lived in that building until we could buy another building. Things like that. We don't have those mechanisms in place in our communities. So $50,000 is going to be a Cadillac. $50,000 is going to be a girls trip. $50,000 is going to pay some bills. Niggas going to get the height surgery so they could be 6 feet tall and join the NBA. Like, we gonna piss $50,000. There's not gonna be enough of us that's gonna pool our money together because we don't trust each other like that to build a sustainable outcome with $50,000. Like Paul said, we're just gonna stimulate the economy, or we're gonna push us into a recession. So, is it old? Yes. Should you pay what you owe? Yes. Is it gonna change a thing? Not a goddamn thing.
Facts.
Not a goddamn thing. So I ain't gonna never tell people not to have the argument. If you want to have the argument, have the argument. I'm not looking for the money. I mean, perfectly honest, I'm probably gonna spend it on bills.
I know what I'm
gonna pay. You give me 50,000 right now.
Right. I'm about to pay out my child support. As soon as you give me that 50,000, I'm paying my child support off. So I can free a part of my life up. Hey, look, let me
free a part of my life.
Let me get that back reil quick.
Hey, this is the only thing I got about not receiving reparations.
And we've done more than 50,000. Like our
exactly.
Yeah. So
they just did almost 50,000. My fault, bro. They just did almost 50,000 like that with just all the money they was giving us last 2-3 years through COVID.
For real.
Exactly. This is my problem with it. And I am a proponent of we deserve some reparations. I just don't know how they would roll it out or which way they would roll it out. But my problem is with it, when they do it, they're going to throw their hands up and they're going to say, now we even.
Yep.
Now we even. We don't want to hear about this shit no more. We don't want to hear about slavery. We don't want to hear about.
Let's get rid of affirmative action. Let's get
right. That's my only issue. That's my only issue because that's exactly what's gonna happen. And to me, and I'm being totally honest, ain't no amount of money ain't no amount of money you can give me or give my people for you to ever fix your mouth to say we even.
That part.
I'm gonna tell you the most impactful statement came out of the George Floyd riots, and it's this black lady, and she's going off and she's talking about how, like, you know, they were yelling at them for, you know, looting the Target, and she just went off, and the last thing she said is, she's like, you're lucky we are peaceful.
Hold on, I'm gonna find it. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm finding
forgiving
right
people
now.
because
and I love that statement.
She's like, we're asking for we're asking for fair, and we're not trying to ask for equal. She basically
she said, you lucky we asking for equality and not revenge.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Because the revenge ain't asking for it.
No, it's just like, you know, you get up, they get so butthurt with affirmative action, they get so butthurt with reparations, and we're just asking for fair. You know what I'm saying? I was arguing with some people online this week about affirmative action. I'm like, it's funny how y'all always try to change it to as like the dumbest nigga is getting into Harvard. Like, the kid has to be the smartest Black, Mexican, Asian applicant.
Right.
And then affirmative action get them in. So you getting mad because Tommy was 21 and they only let in 20, and you think that the nigga is the person who stopped Tommy from getting in. He had to be the smartest nigga in the world. You know what I'm saying? He had to be Barack Obama and still got in on affirmative action. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
So he just didn't make the cut. So you want to get rid of affirmative action as if it's hurting college admissions in colleges that we wouldn't even get into even if we had the grades. You know what I'm saying? They're not pulling Pookie off the block. You got to be the smartest nigga that applied just to get in on a hookup.
You can't. You ain't even gonna get in on the hookup. You gonna get in on the middleman.
Say stuff like,
they go middleman.
I love it when they say stuff like, "Well, I mean, racism is over because you guys had a Black president."
See,
like I mean, bro, we had one. We had one.
Words of the immortal Kanye West. Racism still alive. They just be concealing it.
I cannot find this lady, and I can't remember her.
That's some of the biggest facts.
That's what it is. And
they
right
find
now,
their ways of hiding it.
Prejudice is kicking our ass way more than racism. Because prejudice will get you killed. I saw your black ass driving this nice car, and I had to pull you over. Why? Because your black ass driving this nice car.
I want to drive.
You may not be racist, but you're gonna be. Your prejudice is gonna get me killed. Your prejudice is gonna get me. Yeah, that I'd rather you be racist and I just avoid racist people than your prejudice get me put some shit just because you felt a certain way. Karens is what came from prejudice.
That's deeper than hate. That's
the KKK
deeper than hate to me.
Well, the KKK came from racism. At least I see the hood. You see what I'm saying? I know you coming.
Yeah.
Prejudice is I'm gonna walk across the street because you Black and I don't know what you know. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna prejudge
you would think that they coming over there to be a neighbor.
Yeah, and you prejudge me and don't know me, and you put me in a worse fuck box than me seeing the hoods coming.
Yeah, that's facts, bro.
I cannot find that rant, and I'll be able to find it tomorrow because I can't think of old girl name, but I know exactly what you're talking about, man. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was a beautiful one too, man. That rant that she went on, man, sums everything up, and I wanted to just end the show with that, man. If you can find that,
give me 2 seconds. Yep, I already got it.
All right, just I'm
trying
go
to
ahead and put it in the private.
Just
paste it in private.
The last part, because it's like a 6-minute rant.
No, I'll play the whole 6 minutes, bro. I don't care. It's actually a shorter one that's like 3 minutes.
Yeah, because it's like, man, we always the ones that be like
and
on
this
the back
is why
burner
I don't get
shit.
For the same reason I don't get mad when people test shit up and riot. I really don't, because it's like, especially when you got these stores like Target and Walmart in these Black communities and they're voiceless. They don't say any fucking thing.
But guess how they got there? They got there with their reparations.
Exactly.
They come in our neighborhoods and they put up liquor stores and convenience stores and laundromats and whatever. we are I was actually start thinking of starting a business of like Angie's List, but for Black people. We are a people that our money don't circulate in our neighborhoods. It don't circulate within our groups.
Facts.
Other groups, the Asian guy's not calling the Black electrician. He's gonna call an Asian electrician, and nobody's gonna bat an eye. You get a brother, and I know this because this happened to my dad a lot of times, even from family. You get a brother doing the same thing, and people want a nickel and dime him, but they will pay the white electrician to come in their house full price because it's worth what it's worth. My father made a living, a good living, but a shitty living on giving people deals that would not pay him full price for labor at a full price rate. You know what I'm saying? But you will pay the right person the same amount. We don't keep our money in our neighborhoods. We give our money away. And if we would circulate our dollar with our neighborhoods longer, we will be in a better situation. But we don't own the liquor store in our neighborhood. Somebody else do that don't look like us.
Did I ever tell you the time I was at the gas station and I saw a guy who had a truck?
That was real fucked up.
A guy who it was a Black guy, had a truck, tools, everything, and
a lawn business, right?
Yeah. And I walked over to him and I said, "Hey, is this business Black owned?" He said, "Yep, this is my business. Here's my card." And he drove off. And a white guy walked up to me and said, "Why did it matter if it was Black owned? Why did it matter if it was Black owned?" That bothered him. That again, we can do certain things.
You way over there.
Yeah, well, we can do that.
How
scares them,
money
bro.
Within your own group.
Right.
But
basically, in his mind, he's saying, "Well, why would you automatically, right off the top, discount a good, honest white man from doing your yard? Why did he have to be Black?" That's what he was saying. And with that said, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this clip, man.
Go ahead, man.
Is that we must never forget that economics was the reason that Black people were brought to this country. We came to do the agricultural work in the South and the textile work in the North. Do you understand that? That's what we came to do. We came to do the agricultural work in the South and the textile work in the North. Now, if I right now decided that I wanted to play Monopoly with you, and for 400 rounds of playing Monopoly, I didn't allow you to have any money. I didn't allow you to have anything on the board. I didn't allow for you to have anything. And then we played another 50 rounds of Monopoly, and everything that you gained and you earned while you were playing that round of Monopoly was taken from you. That was Tulsa. That was Rosewood. Those are places where we built Black economic wealth, where we were self-sufficient, where we owned our stores, where we owned our property, and they burned them to the ground. So that's 450 years. So for 400 rounds of Monopoly, you don't get to play at all. Not only do you not get to play, you have to play on the behalf of the person that you're playing against. You have to play and make money and earn wealth for them, and then you have to turn it over to them. So then 50 years, you finally get a little bit and you're allowed to play. And every time that they don't like the way that you're playing, or that you're catching up, or that you're doing something to be self-sufficient, they burn your game. They burn your cards. They burn your Monopoly money. And then finally at the release and the onset of that, they allow you to play and they say, okay, now you catch up. Now, at this point, the only way you're going to catch up in the game is if the person shares the wealth, correct? But what if every time you share the wealth, then there's psychological warfare against you to say, oh, you're an equal opportunity hire. So if I played 400 rounds of Monopoly with you and I had to play and give you every dime that I made, and then for 50 years, every time that I played, if you didn't like what I did, you got to burn it like they did in Tulsa and like they did in Rosewood. How can you win? How can you win? You can't win. The game is fixed. So when they say, why do you burn down the city? Why do you burn down your own neighborhood? It's not ours.
Exactly.
We don't own anything. We don't own anything. Trevor Noah said it so beautifully last night. There's a social contract that we all have, that if you steal or if I steal, then the person who is the authority comes in and they fix the situation. But the person who fixes the situation is killing us. So the social contract is broken. And if the social contract is broken, why the fuck do I give a shit about burning the fucking Football Hall of Fame, about burning a fucking Target? You broke the contract when you killed us in the streets and didn't give a fuck. You broke the contract when for 400 years we played your game and built your wealth. You broke the contract when we built our wealth again on our own by our bootstraps in Tulsa and you dropped bombs on us. When we built it in Rosewood and you came in and you slaughtered us. You broke the contract, so fuck your Target. Fuck your Hall of Fame. As far as I'm concerned, they could burn this bitch to the ground. And it still wouldn't be enough. And they are lucky that what black people are looking for is equality and not revenge.
Man.
Talk that talk, black lady.
She went off, man.
Man.
She went off.
That's heavy.
That's real heavy.
And everything she said was the truth.
That's heavy.
Everything she said was the truth, and I couldn't say it better. Like when they were out there, and here's the thing: a lot of people want to go out there and say, "Oh, you guys were burning down. They burning down. Ain't nobody burned no damn city." All right. So stop saying black folks went out, Black Lives Matter, or Antifa went out and burnt down cities. Not one fucking city.
Not one time.
Now, is a Walmart or a Church's Chicken or Advanced Auto Parts, did that shit get burned up? Yeah. Because these places in our communities, and they ain't saying shit. They just taking money and ain't got nothing to say about what's going on in that city. You happy to take the fucking money. So I don't give a fuck about the Target. They got insurance, they can put that shit right back up. Put that shit right back up. No problem. You really think the owner of Target really cares? No. He it's no sweat off his
they don't give a shit.
Man, that's some heavy shit, bro.
That's heavy, dude.
That lady laid some heavy shit down. And the funny thing is that she laid it down in such a simplistic form that everybody can follow it. And you can't but her. You just got to take it. You can't but the game, but the monopoly, but nah, you just got to eat that shit.
Man, and then when you think about it,
succinct. That shit was succinct and it was powerful, and anybody and everybody can follow it. And it just lets you know that ain't nobody asking for too much when they ask for fair.
Man,
when they ask for just fair.
Off of that. Go ahead, bro. I mean,
nah, you good. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just piggyback off of that too, man, and say like, man, as long as we continue to live as a I'm gonna say as a team. I ain't even gonna say as no culture. I ain't even gonna say as nothing. Man. I'm gonna say as a whole black team, man. Like we continue to live like we live it, man. We'll never be able to come together and gain what we really need. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's a lot of people that's under the covers about a lot of the stuff that we just heard from that lady right now. You know what I'm saying? And the way she put it, she dropped the monopoly on us. Think about, look, I'm gonna say this what really got me, right? And it really just did something to me, right? Because it's just weird how the analogy she brung in. When you play the game Monopoly, right? Think about how long you playing the game Monopoly itself. That'll take up a whole day.
Yeah, Monopoly is a long ass game, bro.
Then I refuse to play it. I hate that fucking game.
Look, and this is my daughter. We taught my daughter how to play Monopoly, bro, at the age of like 2 or 3, and she was whooping all our ass. You know what I'm saying? Because she was just buying whatever, right? It didn't dawn on me. Right? It's like we all in here strategizing because we know that's the rules of the game, right? And we got my daughter in here. She just a baby. She playing with us. And she buying up everything. Every time we're like, you want to buy? She just hurry up and push the button and just buy it. It's like, that's what they don't care. They don't care. And like she said, we 400 years and we can't do nothing. We can't own nothing. We can't even put a name on something. Then we gotta play against the people that's against us though.
Right. Right.
Like
that sounds like a huge conflict of interest to me.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy.
For your next live, Pro, you need to get some other brothers, other fathers in the group, and we should talk about how we fix that. Not as a culture, but as an individual. Like, what are you doing in your house to fix that? Because I have this conversation. I mean, I'm my only son. I have sisters, and I have these conversations with my sisters all the time. Is, you know, when we really look at it, we're first generation. And I say that because my father's father last name is Randolph, and because he couldn't spell Randolph, he put Rand. So my last name, or my father's last name, Paul's mother, they didn't have the ability. My father and Paul's mother, my aunt, didn't have the ability to have the resources of my father's, of our grandfather's people. So
no, you want you I just put the spotlight on.
So we all we had for our family. All we had came from my aunt and my uncle, you know, Paul's parents and my parents. That's it. We didn't have the backdrop of our grandfather's family to build us. So we are first generation. And I came to that realization a couple of months ago, and I was talking to my father. So my father is the baseline for our family. And I can't fix every Black family, and I'm not gonna try. But I can tend to my garden, so to speak, and see how I've set my baseline for what my kids will then catapult from. And I told my kids, my father's lesson to me was always, you have to be better than me. I grew up with that. You got to be better than me. So I tell my son is another only son, you got to be better than me. And nigga, I'm going to make it hard. I'm going to make it hard for you to be better than me. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of opportunities. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of, my dad was here. This is the ground floor. He put me here. I'm putting my son here. Nigga, you better Sherman Hemsley, you better keep moving on up. And, I think that's the strategy for individual families that will then blossom out to communities. And I think that's a man conversation that we can have in this type of space that will benefit the men who listen, but it also benefit the women who hear us. That that's how you change us, because we can't keep playing Monopoly, nigga. We gotta flip to Stratego or something like that, and let these cats keep playing Monopoly, and we start playing another game that's gonna benefit us, because we ain't gonna win 400. We ain't gonna catch up 450 years in a lifetime,
in a decade, in a generation.
I tell my sister, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I tell my sister all the time. She keeps saying generational wealth. I hate the fucking term, because a lot of people say generational wealth. They don't want generational wealth. They just want to be rich. Because if you run a generational wealth, you wouldn't mind being the bottom floor.
That part.
My father was the bottom floor. He didn't have the leverage of his father. He didn't have the family of his father, because he didn't have the name of his people. So he don't even know. My father don't even know his people. So my father was the ground floor. He decided to build generational wealth by saying, be better than me. Now, that means he ain't going to be rich. That means I ain't going to be rich. But I mean, my kids going to be much better than my father. You see what I'm saying? And he, that to him means everything. The fact that his grandson, the fact that my father's grandson has his name and he's going to be better than him, that means everything to my old man. But that's how we change our situation. We got to start saying, okay, who's the ground floor and how do we build from the ground floor? And the rule is, you can't drop if I'm here, if my dad was here and I'm here, my son can never drop below this.
Facts.
I don't mind if you start here. I don't mind if you had the same life that I have. Hopefully I want you to be better, but you can't go back down here, because now you taking our generations, you taking us back. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's the kind of conversations that we as Black men, as fathers, need to have to change some things, or change some outlooks one family at a time. So
Yeah,
that's we should talk about that, Paul.
For sure. Martise, man, you missed a good show, man. You missed a real good show. Wish you could have got in. Hopefully you can get in on the next one and take part in this conversation. Princeton, we're gonna get you in. We're gonna get you in the next one. We gotta fix your setup, man. But I want to thank y'all for popping in here. You know, this is actually gonna be part of the new so my plans is I'm gonna start going live a little bit more. I don't know how often, but it'll definitely be more than what it was. And I'm not putting this on YouTube. What I'm gonna do with YouTube, I'm gonna take this conversation and add it to part of the podcast. So it'll still be me getting on there talking some topics and shit like that, but this will be just like part of the podcast. So definitely push that out to people.
Let me know, man. I got some bandwidth now. I can do a weekly show. So let's have a conversation.
I definitely
you already know, man.
Yeah, what's up, Martise? Yep.
Nah, I could do a weekly Facebook show, Paul. I got some bandwidth now.
Mm-hmm. So Cody, social medias.
Hey man, y'all see a Real External Vision / External Vision 88. Also, y'all can catch me in my gang at Good Synergy. You know what I mean? Go holler at us on all platforms, you know what I mean? And this weekend we got a new addition to the whole roster of stuff. I know they ain't seen a lot of the shows, but we got a new one called Build Your Squad, where me and my guy from Jello Suspense, he the honcho at Jello Suspense, we doing the show together to where we arguing, pretty much putting top fives of whatever we feel like the topic is going to be that week. It's called Build Your Squad for a reason. So this week we got coming up is we doing top 5 NBA all time, like starting lineups. Who would your starting lineup be top 5? You feel me? So
Ooh,
and we got 3 of them.
I want to get in on that one.
And we got 3 of them. We got 3 lineups too. So and he got one that said he got a lineup called No Blood, No Foul. So I'm waiting to get in there and go crazy with it.
All 80s players, right? All 80s players.
Hey, right. Yeah. So yep, man. That's where y'all can catch me at, man. Always.
Yep. And Mr. Unknown, what's your social medias?
Stop playing with me.
Every time.
All right, for everybody who came across the live show, I want to thank y'all for popping in. And Princeton, thanks for helping out. You was in the comments pretty good, man. We'll get you in the next one. And we out. I'll holler at y'all. All right, y'all. This was the Dummast Podcast, episode 63. Hope you enjoyed yourself. If you want to check me out on audio version, we're on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Apple CarPlay. I was about to say, I said Apple Podcasts, Apple, whatever. I can never get this right, and I'm probably never going to get it right. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean. That's where you can catch the audio version. Check out Sons of Dummast on YouTube. Definitely check that out. Send us a follow and like some of our shit. And like some of this shit, too. Fuck it. We out. Peace.